We're in Charlotte, Michigan, picking up our reload. This is our reload. It's 12.2 to the top of that. The broker said sometimes they've been letting air out to get them legal. I think we're gonna have to get it on the trailer, get it in place. We're gonna have to let the steer tires down. Well, I am out of breath. Sweating. Here's what we came up with. So that was 12.2 to the point up there, okay? We did let some air out of the tires. Figured, because the back is lower, so we figured if we drive it up on blocks, it's gonna tip like that. And it did a little bit. That gave me about an inch up there. That's it, before I chained it. So then I chained it, pulled it down, let some more air out of the tires. We are at 13.6. I double checked it off the deck. I got a 20-inch deck height, 11'10", and it's 13.6 off the ground here. Off the deck is a more precise measurement because I know my deck height off of like flat concrete. So if the ground dips a little bit here, that'll give you a false reading. So we had to put our board up here because we're using our blocks. Way the truck's gonna sit on there. Centers just to help hold it down. Now you may ask why I have this block on the inside tire. This tire is flat. I tried driving it up on that one at first and the truck started fucking leaning so hard. I was like, no. Two chains back here. The back is on the lowest setting it can go on. So you can see we're squatting the tires. We're at 13.6 to the top of that bucket. 13.6 there. Had to answer an email quick. We gotta come out, go at an angle, hit that road right there and go that way. Kind of a switchback. Boom. Welcome to Walcott, Iowa. I-80, world's largest truck stop, whatever. There's a couple of these. Okay, there's one in Joplin, there's one here. Only one of these could be the world's largest truck stop. Okay. Anyways, we got here last night. I was getting a video coming in, but someone left the camera on, and when I went to go turn it on, it only had like 1% battery, so that sucks. So we came in here, no big deal. We got here about 8 o'clock last night. We could have made it all the way in, but it looks like we're gonna need to unload in the road anyways, so I didn't want to dink around with that. And what were we gonna do, unload it and then just park in the road all night? No bueno. So it is 10 degrees, but the weather channel says it's 10 degrees, but it feels like 2. I'm already over this winter, so I stopped and tried to clean the windows last night. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but they're really foggy and smeary. I used a thing called bull snot. I put bull snot on there and it works great during the summertime, but for some reason when it's cold it leaves like a real heavy residue and it's really hard to wipe off. So I'm not a real fan of that because of that, but I'm trying to get the truck to warm up a little bit here. As you can see, I'm bundled up. Broker's been calling, wanting me to haul some grader or whatever down to Texas. Well, if you haven't been paying attention to the weather, Texas is about to get nasty again. There's got to be 15, 20 loads going to Texas sitting on the load board. I ain't taking one of them. So maybe I'll go to Florida. I don't know. So let's get this truck warmed up a little bit more. She's been running for a little bit now. I did not idle it last night. Everybody else did. I had no problem starting it. Just popped right off. I have no anti-gel in the fuel. Just typical winter fuel. As long as you get fuel above I-70, usually you're pretty good, unless it really gets nasty. Then you want to start supplementing it. So I'm going to warm it up a little bit more. Probably drive up to the fuel island, wash these windows, wash the windshield. Because the Road Ranger I stopped at last night, when I did clean these windows, it didn't have a single window cleaner in the bucket. Not any of the islands. So that was awesome. Alright, we're getting close. Looks like we gotta dodge that way right there. We are in Des Moines. Still looking for loads. Called on a tractor going to Wisconsin. They're gonna check and see if they can give me what I want to haul it. I ain't hauling it for anything less than $3 a mile. It's a shorter load, day run, but it's almost 12 feet wide, so. In fact, they're claiming it's 12 foot wide, so you know how that goes with escorts and stuff. My goodness. So this is a narrow road with a narrow street, and it's like right on the corner down here. I think what I looked on the Google Maps is we're gonna put our four-ways on and kind of hang to this side of the road and do all of our stuff in the incoming traffic, maybe. Maybe. So it's right here where that white pickup is. We ain't getting in there. Ain't no way we're getting in there. I may, I think we're just gonna park in front. As soon as these cars get by, we're gonna park in front of this driveway, and then facing traffic, we got our strobes and stuff going. So I think that's gonna help, because then we can offload it, drive it in that way, and we can play around over here. That's gonna be our plan. Let's go get checked in. Just like that, we all empty. We pulled into this parking lot across the street. We stopped right over there. So I think we're gonna back out, try to back our trailer that way, and then just come back out the way we came. All right, y'all. We just stopped to get fuel. Booked a load as soon as we left that job, or that delivery. I was gonna call it a job site. As soon as we left there, we booked a load. Hiawatha, Iowa, going to Lafayette, Indiana. 9 foot wide, just barely wide at all. And I have been playing with the trailer. My hands are filthy right now and freezing. We just stopped to get fuel, and while I was here, I wanted to see if I needed to buy a switch or not. This brand new trailer, the toggle switch on the back to flip on the strobe lights failed already. Seems to be a common theme with these types of trailers. The switches they put on them are just junk. And I was able to verify that because there's two plugs that come off of it. Two wires that go into the switch, right? And they're both, it's just an on-off switch. So the other one is, I believe, the neutral. I don't know if they're switching neutral or if they're switching hot. But one of them is a loop through, only one wire split going into the switch. And they were smart enough that when they put the plugs, the factory plugs on these wires, to join up the male and the female, so if your switch goes bad, you can just unplug that switch and plug them together, and that turns the strobes on. So we did that quick to test it, and it worked. So the only downside is you have to pull the light out to do that, because you got to reach in there about that far up to your hand and try to do it 2 fingers. There's not enough cable, and as cold as it is, nothing's really moving. So, but I got it to work. It's good enough now so we can run this load, and as soon as we're done with this load, we can just disconnect it if we don't need it for the next one. And when we go up to the shop, they can fix it. It's their trailer. All right, we are basically, we're just south of Cedar Rapids, but we're basically in Cedar Rapids. So turns out this load is supposed to pick up tomorrow morning. It wasn't listed that way on the load board, but whatever, it is what it is, no big deal. So we're right down the road from it. I tried calling the shipper to see if maybe I can come in early. I don't want to piss them off though. It's only one unit, it's not multiple pieces. I started looking at the details of this thing. One radiator, 9 foot wide, it's barely wide, going down. It's going to be gravy trucking tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stage up here. We're going to put our flags and our banners and everything on right now. I don't know how far you're going, Craig, but every single time, I swear to God, every single time, I swear to God, turning this camera on boosts my signal on my radio. It has to. I haven't heard anybody for hours. Anyways, we're going to put our flags and banners on and be ready. So that way in the morning we're just going to roll in. All we got to do is set it on, chain it down, flip our lights on, and off we go. We already got our permits. We're set. So that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys in the morning. Brr, it is cold. So apparently I'm lied to constantly. 2 radiators. These ones are different than the ones we've hauled before. If you notice, last time we went up over the back, hooked under, because this was elevated enough you could run the chain back through and hook onto that lip. These are right on the ground. So this is what I came up with. There's a hole there. You can pull back and forth. That's getting us our down pressure. Same as on the other side. It's up over the back, pulling down. That's what I came up with. It's another nice rig that was here. Looks like there's another Pete calling in right now. So we got to get flipped around quick, get out of here. Y'all, we're in Crawfordsville, Indiana. We have drove straight through. Which is fine because it's a little after 4. We got to shut down before nighttime anyways. This is the last truck stop area before we got to go north on 231 based off the permits. And it's a different place than what we normally go to. Normally we go load out for that Caterpillar stuff down there. We're going to a different spot. It's what it looks like on the map anyways. So I didn't see any parking. I didn't see anywhere around there that we could park. So we're gonna throw it in here and we'll leave in the morning. I did make a boo-boo. We're gonna be upfront about that. And once we get parked here, I'll show you what we did. We got in a hurry. Something I've preached never to do, don't get in a hurry, but we got in a hurry and we had a boo-boo today. And I'll show you what happened here in a minute. Call it what you want. We're gonna park up by this DOT truck, DOT, whatever you want to call them. It is kind of a tight little spot. I wish they would angle these. Everybody always parks straight. I wish they would angle them. Then you could loop in, come out, and you'd fit so much better. But if we park on this end here, we shouldn't have too much trouble getting out. Hook her tight. We'll just have to back up. All right, let's go look at our boo-boo. Everything's riding good. So what we did on the other side, I'll just show you. Right there. You'll handle. We bent her up pretty good. Bent that one too. So we got in a hurry and we left those down. And we drug leaving the property. Should have turned them up. So what we're gonna do now is we're not gonna try to bend these back. Because if we try to bend those back now, they're probably gonna bust. And if we bust those off right there, under load, we're gonna have a hell of a time trying to back them off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unload them, and then once we're unloaded, then we'll try to bend them back. If they break then it's no big deal. What's that, Purple Pete? And as for them wires, I suppose we could show you now. They're up in there. These are what I'm talking about. The switch went failed. They were smart enough, so the other wires, you could just go like this. Like this. You plug that in and it turns the strobe on. So we're gonna have to fix that, but that's our boo-boo that we did today. Got in a hurry. And we drugged the front ones. The back ones we didn't drag. So, but if we bend that back now, we bust that off, you're not going to be able to get the tension off. You're going to have a problem. So we'll do that tomorrow. Don't get in a hurry. I should have known better. I should have tied them up. Okay, well, we're here for the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay, we are here. Already checked in. Guard shack's right on the other side of this trailer of these blocks. Some big ass blocks. Pretty sweet. That guy right there just went in. Looks like they're gonna unload him right there. Once he's done, they'll come out and get me. So we're just hanging out at the front gate. And I'm gonna run out, take my flags and banners off and stuff like that, and just chill until they're ready. All right, we're all empty. That took just a couple minutes. Best news of the day. We were able to get that binder to bend back. It wasn't too bad to do. So the guy did say if you go down here, he says if you go down here, there's a big circle to turn around. see about that. We're gonna get flipped around and we're gonna go to the truck stop and look for some loads. Another positive today, after we did our turnbuckle, straightened that back out, I unplugged the wiring back there for the strobes. I was like, oh, why not? Let's just try it. Let's plug it back into the switch. Fucker works now. So everything's working. Let's go find a load. Well, that's gonna do it for this week, guys. We went to that truck stop. We sat there for, what did we sit there for, 2 hours, and nothing really was popping up. So we decided, we were only 4 hours from the house, shoot it to the house. So that's what we're doing today, doing some paperwork, looking for loads for Monday. We got some work stuff to take care of this weekend, and there was a bunch of snow coming in to where I was going to take the truck up to the shop. Decided we'll just bring it to the house and take care of everything we need to do in the Yukon. That way, because with the snow coming in and stuff, who wants to drive around in a big rugged thing when you're empty? So we're just gonna look for some loads, and we'll start off next week fresh. See you next week.